with a beneficial mulch for your garden. Not how it is. I'm gonna be busy. I got stuff to do. I got come to the world I created just for you.
Cheap white wine.
This message was produced in conjunction with the Obnoxious Broccoli Growers Association of America.
Worston's Pizza, Italian by marriage. Stock up with our current sale. Buy 2 suits and get 3 free at Jimmy Gimler's Suit Rag. Season's greetings from Jimmy Gimler.
Hey, well, everybody's wondering, or maybe no one is wondering. I don't know. I'm wondering, where have I been? You know, AWOLN, Safford Brothers Downtown Blend, Taste City Coffee. Actually, I've been really busy, and so busy that maybe I forgot to call in sick at work. You know, I don't know, but I do know that sometimes you just need a coffee break, and that's when you just stop everything and you make some Safford Brothers Downtown Blend Taste City Coffee. It's always good. Better than Maxwell House, which was good to the last drop. Safford Brothers always good. And so have some coffee. Portland's hottest band. Coming to Portland, Monday, November 25th. The Quadruple Bill All Ages Show, starting at 6 p.m. Rana's Wrecking Crew, featuring the newest song, See You in Heaven. Portland's hottest band, appearing at the Peace Shoe Ballroom. Night of undescribable rock and roll. Rana's Wrecking Crew, appearing with the Douche Boys, the Idiot Boys, and Glim Glam. Noise. Come to a world I created just for you. A world where you enjoy the pleasures of the epidermis. Skin so beautiful, your eyes will cloud with the tears of pure joy that you will be crying as you worship the women who display their epidermis just for you in my Epidermis Emporium. We're open all night to allow your eyes to feast on this bounty of flesh and skin and what we like to call epidermis. It's so beautiful. It's so well taken care of. It's so lovely that you will love it too. And you will spend a lot of time at Vladimir's Epidermis Emporium.
Hey, yeah, it's Sid again, you know. Listen, let me tell you something. I think, well, let's just say it. Saffron Brothers Downtown Blend, Taste City Coffee. It is so good. It's always good. And you're always going to love it. Every time you have a cup of coffee, that's Saffron Brothers. It's just going to put a smile on your face. You're going to relax. You're going to be happy. Life is going to be as good as the coffee, okay? Life is only as good as the coffee you're drinking. Remember that. That is like Sid Wisdom. There's very little Sid Wisdom left, very little brain cells, but, you know, Saffron Brothers Downtown Blend, Taste City Coffee, it's always good. And as long as you're drinking it, life is good, no matter what's going on, no matter what's happening in your life, no matter who your boss is, anything, it's gonna be good.
Hey there. They tell me you're Lieutenant Telly. What you got going on, Telly? Yeah? Might have a couple Shermans. That's true. What's it to you? For some golden egg, some Kilroy God-given golden egg. You would say that, wouldn't you? Now, see, you know, the thing with me and Gavin here, Gavin McLeod, is that we like to sneak up on the German Nazi bastards, and sometimes we blow them with paintballs. This golden goose done laid an egg. Dig it, man? All right. So you're telling me, Dig, that we got to get into behind enemy lines and steal more gold.
Look, this guy may not be
Well, I'll tell you, Telly, I might be able to do that for you. But first of all, we gotta go find a friend of mine, Sergeant Kojak. he's lost behind enemy lines. And like, Dig, we're gonna go find him, gonna rescue him, and then we'll get you your golden eggs and all that J. Edgar Hoover and all those boys are asking of you. I know what side you're on. Yeah. Now that's got me interested. What about you, Gavin? Okay, Dig, what I like to do when we hit them is I like to play a little music. So, I'm going to do a little something here. It's sort of like, starts like this. I've been working on the railroad all long lived day. I've been working on the railroad just to pass the day away. Dinah, don't you blow? Oh, shit. What's that? What's that I'm seeing out there? I still can't see. Hey, Telly, you didn't tell me nothing about tigers. We're dealing with some tiger panthers out there, man. I'll tell you what. Why don't, Gavin, why don't you give me an E and tell me what you think we can do to those tigers? One, two, three, four. Friends all tried to warn me, but I hadn't head up high. All them times they told me, but I only passed them by. They all tried to tell me, but I guess I didn't care. I turned my back and left them standing there. All the burning bridges that were falling after me, all the lonely feelings and burning memories, everyone I left behind each time I closed the door, burning bridges lost forevermore. They'll come to sell me, turning so. Something to tell me, didn't let me go. Understand to tell me about running anymore. disunity. Stopping on the doom, but I didn't wanna be. Sooner, memory. The same sooner. All the burning bridges that have fallen after me. All the lonely feelings that are burning memories. Every time I left behind, each time I close the door. A burning bridge is lost forevermore. Take it, Kelly. Yeah, man. I got just the right thing for this golden goose egg. Kilroy was here. Welcome to the Peasant Revolution Band Variety Hour with our old great friend, creator of the show, David Craig, in the house. This special, intimate episode, militaristic perhaps even. We're going to take a quick little station ID and be right with you. Woo!
Portland's hottest band. Coming to Portland, Monday, November 25th. The quadruple bill, all ages show, starting at 6 p.m. Rana's Wrecking Crew, featuring the newest song, See You in Heaven. Portland's hottest band, appearing at the Peace Shoot Ballroom. Night of undescribable rock and roll. Rana's Wrecking Crew, appearing with the Douche Boys, the Idiot Boys, and Glim Glam. Noise. Portland's hottest band.
Trench Digger TDP TV Studios. I'm trying to remember how to tie a tie. So I only do it once a month. No, I'll just do, you know what, there's a thing I can do that's like, oh, is that what's happening? There we go. That'll make it easier. Oh, yeah. And then I'll just lower this. How much of it can you cut off? All right, we're back. That'll work. Okay, this is my tie for today. We have a very special episode today. I'm not sure which camera we're on, and I'm actually just going to stall for a minute, if you don't mind, to see what is happening here in the playback for you guys. But yes, you're sitting here in the wonderful Alberta Arts District on a last Monday of the month. We are hosting our monthly show live. And probably some added stuff at the end. I can tell you personally, Steve, I went through a long weekend myself. I was doing sound at the Lake Oswego Arts Festival, which we played at one year. I don't know if you remember. I believe it was 2014, so as far back as like the Blues Country Tour. But oh, here we go. Let's see what we're doing. No, false alarm. Another ad. Bit behind. Let me just see if I can skip ahead. Oh, here we go. I always like to see what you're all seeing. And okay, there's some buzz, but we can fix it in the post. So I'll live with it for now. But yeah, we're very happy to have our wonderful technical director, Mr. David Craig, is back in the house, fully available. And I was wondering if there's anything you wanted to tell us what you've been up to lately. It's been a while since we've had you in-house.
Yeah, it's great to be here. I had an opportunity, and I was curious because I had an opportunity to buzz through Lake Oswego, check out the art scene there. I just think it was awesome to see many different variations of art, everybody's contribution. And then did you guys do the country guy? Was it Randy Henry? Somebody Henry?
No, it was Robert Henry.
Robert Henry.
That was my favorite act of
Oh, really?
the whole thing, man. He was great.
Oh,
And he's got one of them big country voices.
I'll tell you, I actually, so good. I little cheat. I did not
bootleg?
purchase it yet, but I told him I would that night, and I didn't. I was so tired, but I'll do one up. I'll give him a little plug on the show. I sent a message to myself because it's the weird thing. The only way I buy new music is if I'm mixing it, and it's Robert Henry and the Repeaters.
Okay.
Great song called "Storm the Gate." He also had one about Californians and cowboy hats, and yeah, no, I got to meet him at the end. And the family, they're from Florida originally, and so they aren't. He went to high school in Lake Oswego. Met his drummer there, and but they're like Memphis guys. They've done a lot of Memphis, and that's, from my experience, some of the best musicianship in America. You know, comes from that area. When it regards to country, bluegrass, you know, country rock, and what I was telling Melon was there used to be that tension with the alt country versus the the outlaws. That was like that weird moment in the about 73ish or so. Was it Merle Haggard kind of led it, the Okie and Muskogee and all these dirty hippies ruin our country music kind of thing. Do you have, now you grew up in Virginia. What was country like out there for you?
Middle of the radio station, but I think everybody was really into AM radio. AM radio gold. That's what I grew up on. Oh man, I'm not getting a call right now.
Oh, we've got a call. Which, by the way, we're hoping to get some get some talking out there to the audience in a bit. We will.
I'll be right back.
You got it. You got it. No problem. Because I think what we're talking about is maybe one of Steve and our favorite little bits to do is what we call zooming for guest. And I'm just going to naturally look like this is how I'm comfortable to be in 3 cameras at the same time. The lovely Jamila Hart, catering and entertainment, is in the house. I know she doesn't want to be talked to right now, but she is here. She's still here with us. I think I should probably take this opportunity. Steve and I have a dear friend of the show. I was hoping to organize myself enough, but this weekend took a lot out of me, if you can't tell. But we got something for you. And I do know in 2 days, I am no longer the birthday boy, but the birthday boy is out there. Yes, Mr. Thomas Andrew Nims is going to be celebrating a birthday on the 26th, I believe. And then you are the 30th, aren't you? 30th, yes. The dirty 30. 30th. Is Arvidas Sabonis also your birthday, or is that?
I think I share birthdays with Ingve Malmsteen.
Oh, that would make sense.
And I think O.J. Simpson as well.
Oh, wow.
I might be mistaken. I heard that.
Well, now, astrologically, you're in the middle of kind of the Cancer cycle of it all, right? Astrologically speaking, of course. Because I know we're all dying of cancer one way or another. No, I did not read too many House of Mystery growing up. That's just silly. But anyway, David, are you...
I've got the report in Hays, Kansas.
Hays, Kansas.
There's a huge thunder and lightning storm.
Hays, Kansas. Our hope is out there with you. Take shelter. Be careful. Look at your farmers' almanacs. Stay away from any government ideas, and go au natural. Reach out to your ancestry, whatever you come from. They probably have better ideas at this point. So, some people may not agree with that, and I say, I'm a Gemini. But we were talking about Steve being a Cancer. You, David, also are a Gemini.
Yes.
How was your birthday celebration?
Very low key, but that was okay. I got a 0. One of my numbers now has a 0. So those are actually.
Oh, wow.
0,
Wow.
0 in your birthday.
Wow, yeah.
Wow.
I can't believe you're 40 already, man. That's amazing. You look great for 40. You just look great.
It won't bleed. Fucking turn back time.
I don't know how I got older than you, too, but, we'll figure that out later. My mom keeps getting younger than me as well. Which, shout out to my mother and my sisters, and, of course, my dad, who I mixed. Well, let's get back to your Lake Oswego story. I discovered earlier today that you revealed that you were actually stalking me, perhaps, and taking videos and, like, Instagramming and saying, like, do you want to meet me, kids, and, like, putting weird things out there. Is that right?
I thought about
Okay.
that at you.
Okay.
It's funny because Lake Oswego, there was a lot of people, sort of like an older crowd as far as volunteers, like.
Yes, and they were running
Yeah.
pretty hot. I noticed, pretty
Everything
hot.
Went into had like this ornate thing where I felt like you were obligated to put money in, like they were trying to get cash from you.
Yes,
And I thought,
they're from Lake Oswego.
are they trying
They
to
need
charge
that
me?
money because they like money. You got to respect their like and need for money. It's like, it's fuel. It makes the whole machine work out there. There isn't like a constant flow of like, hey, look what we're doing for the community. By the way, give us some money.
Well, yeah, I didn't, and then I was like, wait a minute, was I supposed to pay for parking somehow? Like, then I was paranoid about like my car getting towed, or I actually had found a parking spot that was reasonably convenient.
Do you park downtown Portland anymore, or do you have any reason to be down there anymore? Well, now you're schooling. I don't know if you want to get into that, but if you were you downtown Portland at all, or were you mostly out?
Get away from that. Most
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the
Okay, okay.
That's one thing the pandemic did was kind of made us like feel like, yeah, we don't have to all put it together. Everybody's going somewhere else. It's so much more convenient.
Well, I thought that was the point in like 1998 when the movie Office Space came out, that we don't need offices and office managers anymore, but instead it seemed to go the other direction for a while, where oh, this office environment's pretty cool. Let's teach it in college or something, and we'll just kind of all be vice presidents of banks together somehow.
Yeah.
And
I think there are times when people need to be with people,
yeah.
We shouldn't lose that. And I think maybe we're coming back around that way. Human contact is necessary.
Well, that's an interesting idea, because do you remember our old friend Reed had an office? He was one of the early guys I knew, a graphic artist who was quite happy and did a lot of work at home earlier on before anyone I knew, and had the art studio, and he ended up really wanting to get social, and he liked the water cooler talk, that's part of the socialization, the camaraderie of serving an entity. Certainly as a sound person, man, you are in the thick of battle with a lot of different elements at once, with different bands and members, and people, crowd, just the audience, right?
Yeah, for me, I discovered the teacher's lounge. Like
Yeah.
I had spent many a year. I had one good coworker I had my lunch with, chat then, and then I was like kind of by myself a lot, just eating like hiding out. But that was okay too. It's like decompressing. Then you get into the teacher's lounge.
Yeah,
Where
yeah,
there's the rockin' teacher's lounge.
yeah.
And you're getting like little tidbits of maybe how to educate a little bit, or you're just getting gossip, or you're just getting misery, or
Well, see,
just a little bit of
David, you're a bit younger than me, but back in my day, I actually worked at the Save and Skills Center for a while, and I not only found the Teachers Lounge, I was at one of the last active live teachers smoking lounges, which was in the shop area. And there was one thing I learned that in AmeriCorps from Reed as well, that if you want to know what's going on in any institution, hang out with the smokers.
oh wow.
Because that's where the real gossip's at. That's where you hear gossip in the teacher's lounge, but you hear different kinds of gossip in the teacher's smoker's lounge. That's like,
That sounds good.
you know what's really going on with
Yeah.
them? That
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah. I was more of a fly on the wall, really. I don't want to rumble each other's.
Well, one of my great mentors, I'll bring up, Deborah Barnes, has just retired, and she was one of my fellow teachers in the Smokers Lounge at the Save and Skills Center in the late 90s for the most part, and we were teaching kids how to run TV studios and that kind of thing, and produce shows, and her and Paul Manda and I were we're in one of those like mobile teaching things, and they did distance learning.
Oh yeah.
So we were interacting with the high schools throughout Oregon with the big old, before internet, internet was coming in. simultaneously, but they were still broadcasting off satellite. And it was, yeah, the satellite days. Why don't you tell the kids about the satellite days? I mean, you're not that much younger than me, but you remember the satellite days.
There was a point where I was like, I think it was like a little knob or a switch, and I was like, I should not touch that during a live broadcast.
But that's the temptation.
Oh my god. Well, I got the, what's his name? Oh, the jerk. The guy who went completely nuts on us.
Rod Serling.
No, Chris Matthews. But
Chris Matthews.
I think that'll
Did you work with him in Virginia? Tell us the Chris Matthews story, please, please.
I guess who's gonna ever see this?
Chris Matthews, hopefully. I've heard his wife is nice and much more pleasant than he is, but she also ran for office, and so I think a lot of his career went weird after
No,
that.
it was Cokie Roberts. They would get a name
Yeah.
to host these shows.
How do you think she got that name?
I don't know. There's a story, isn't there? She passed away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we will not speak
I
ill
think
of the
I
dead
just
other than I
actually
wonder how
had
she
it
got her
like-
name.
I was like close to maybe putting an earpiece in, but then she was like, "Oh, I have my own."
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that makes sense.
I don't want some lame cable access guy touching my ear.
Right. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
how I felt.
Yeah, yeah.
But Matthews, his microphone fell off during the broadcast, and I think we had to like get really close to him. But
They do one of those, what, you goosing me, huh? Huh? You trying to goose me, huh?
the thing was, you know, we had a great producer doing this live broadcast, and it was a satellite uplink. You know, there was a lot involved in this, and this was broadcast live to schools all over America. So it was like, you know, it's a pretty incredible thing that they were doing.
Like an American broadcasting system, like an education network.
Yeah, yeah, and I think they're still doing that with a show called Meet the Author. So they'll get like a pretty big name author. My job is sometimes to drive the authors around, but Matthews, you know, this guy would spend like 6 months working on the show. And,
On one show.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
detailed,
Yeah.
a running script, a running whatever, you know.
In his prime, he did some pretty interesting investigative stuff.
But
I'd
the
give him
thing
that
was,
before he lost his
Matthews
mind.
took over and
Oh.
just wanted to do it his way.
Right.
Like, this was not an improv possibility.
Yeah, yeah.
And he wanted to talk about Travis Bickle as like an American hero, and
What?
which was fine. It may not even been that bad, but it was what preceded before the show even started. He started to kind of berate the producer, or
Yeah.
you know, and he made everybody uncomfortable.
Yeah, yeah.
All the bosses were in the audience.
Well, that's what ran him out of town eventually. I think it's just kind of his Boston accent gets misinterpreted. Is the way I read it. But
After the show, like they bought all this food, you know, there was catering involved, and he even went and did his own thing for the food. Like he was like having no part of it at all.
yeah.
And then we go back to the studio after it's all said and done, and we had a woman who had a lot of broadcasting experience, and she said, and it was like, now you're telling us?
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
we were not prepared?
Well, and the sound people have a code of letting each other know about which bands have a-holes involved with it all. I was gonna say I had a similar thing with it was one of those, the writer for the New York Times. Well, I had one of the worst gigs of my life with David Brooks recently.
Recently.
Like in the past 6 months. Oh yeah. Oh, it was a bad one, man. It's classic. Someday, when the community's recovered enough, there is tape of it somewhere out there.
Now, hold on, let me interject here something
Yeah,
for
yeah.
a second, okay?
But I had a worse one way before that for a guy. I nicknamed him. I wrote the song, "The World's Greatest Apologist," about. Oh, it was Paul Krugman, that guy, right?
Yeah.
With the beard. Is that him?
Yeah.
Yeah, the world's greatest apologist. And I think probably somewhere in a bar right now, Paul Krugman, Chris Matthews, and Cokie Roberts' Spirit are probably all hanging out right now.
But there was a local guy.
And David Brooks, that's the other one.
Did you ever know Dennis Nyback? He was a film collector guy.
I remember that name sounds familiar. Yeah.
He was, and so I
Nyback.
was following him on social media. I didn't know him, but he hated Brooks like with a passion. So I would try to tease him about it, you know, like.
I have to say, for everything that went wrong that night, I was a lot of technical and a lot of underestimation about what it needed and stuff, you know, and staffing and the right equipment for one. But I politically and philosophically have hated that man. I have to admit that.
Well,
And that night he was a pro. He just handled it. It became his show. He made it work. He was kind of the MC anyway, but it was a lot of chaos. And for what it's worth, he's a great showman. He's very professional that way. I'll give him that. So.
That's where I got very confused because recently I saw David Brooks on TV, and I was like, it was on PBS, and I was like, how do you pass it? And then it was like, no, it was Dennis.
What was it wasn't. What was the TV show? It wasn't Brooks and Dunn, but it was
It used to be
Brooks and Shield.
doing the news hour.
Yes, the PBS NewsHour.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, they were picking up from what was Crossfire. That used to be Buckingham. No, not Lindsey Buckingham. Buckley. It was
Buckley, yeah, William F. Buckley.
William F. Buckley, and just.
You gotta go through the
So,
whole history of the Republican Party.
So you say you're a Freemason?
Shields and Brooks was a country band.
That's Brooks and Dunn. I get them confused too. Brooks and Dunn. Brooks, Dunn, and Shield would have been an interesting country band. I'll put that.
Tell me about the John Birch Society, though.
John Birch Society. I don't know much. Apparently, the Houston family might have had some attachment to it. But
That's a concept album, I think. Try to get into
the
that.
John Birch.
Yeah. And I feel like something made me think that maybe they were making a comeback, or also think that their whole
Well, I don't. I mean, I would just assume it's more of that Freemasonry nonsense. You know.
run amok, though. Like,
They always run amok. It's when you let a child live without discipline, they always run amok, right? And that's what all these little tribalizations are usually. It's just human nature to run amok, I think. It's organic nature. What does a weed do? It runs amok.
The thing is, what I learned in school this year, probably more than anything, well, I learned it from a PBS documentary, that kids need a little bit of freedom.
Yes.
And there was this one documentary that came out that was very abstract. It was just somebody with a camera just going into looking, really like an anthropological study of like kids being kids.
Mm-hmm.
And they were doing one of those slap fights.
Okay. Yeah,
And
yeah.
that was a revelation because it was like kids need time to kind of decompress.
Oh yeah, man.
Around
Well, and what they need most of all is no adult supervision for a few moments. You know, I mean.
And then, but it's always like there's always an adult that then, and I'm not knocking it because I'm supposed to be an educator, but yeah, I like to give them a little bit of free reign.
Yeah.
But there's always a teacher that like slaps them down,
Right.
and it's kind of awful. It's kind of like
I agree. It's usually their personality coming on.
His dog, and it was just like this
Yeah.
is not good.
Yeah.
We need space.
Well, we're only human. Sometimes I yell at Steve for no reason, and he just takes it, says he'll get better. He'll be better eventually, and I just, I'll do this kind of, I'll whip my back and and then I'll genuflect. I'll go to the church and genuflect.
Yeah, but like it's like my beef with the people on the corner who have the weeds, okay?
Yes. Yes.
So every day I walk my dog, or not every day, but often, I walk down the street, and I'm just like, and I'm, you know, these people have just let everything go.
Right.
And so today, walking the dog, this woman comes out of the woods with she had a handful of books. She's carrying her book. She gets in her car. She drives like a tenth of a mile to the house where all the weeds are. She goes into the driveway. She backs her car out and she parks and goes into the house. And I'm like, she's a young lady. Is this the lady who will not weed her yard to save her life? Like every day I look at the weeds and it's like, who are we to be like I can't let that grow.
Right.
Have some dominance or dominion over a weed versus any other kind of plant.
Well, I like weeds personally.
Well, I like the pretty weeds.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. And I started working on a song, which I don't know if
Oh, really?
we should, yeah, it's sort of like finding it's a lot of thoughts about America and where we are and
Okay. Well, why don't we take a quick commercial break and see what we want to do musically here? Let's. Yeah, no, you're usually behind the scenes. We have our great writer and director here.
I
Yes.
saw the person who would not pick the weeds.
You literally connected the person walking into the house.
I wanted to
She
say
lives there and owns it.
was
Yes.
barking. My
Yeah,
dog
yeah.
would interject, so I couldn't really talk, but I was like, why are you coming out of the woods with a handful of books? Like, I really wanted to know what that story was. But then it got stranger. Like, you're going to get in your car, you park to go into the woods with your books, then you came out and you went to the weed house, and you never picked a weed. You went directly into the house, like the weeds never bothered you.
Yes. Maybe she killed somebody when she was out there in the forest.
When you're way into the books, you're not going to make time. Maybe that explains why nobody's making time. It would take 5 minutes.
It wasn't like one of those giant books where
They were big books.
but were they like these were not made for humans our size? They're made for the Nephilium or something, where they're like the size of this fence.
And heavy.
Like she wasn't dragging them in a
It was an armful
carrot.
of books.
Yeah.
It was only a couple, but they were.
'Cause I used to do that in high school. I never read them, but I always carried a duffel bag full of books. Do you remember that, Steve? No matter where I went, I always had a duffel bag of books that I was never going to read.
The backpack in a minute. I never had a backpack.
I had a duffel bag. And I would always wear it one sling. It was a nerdy to wear a backpack. You would carry like a one sling bag, like it was full of ammo or something. You know, the backpacks were very nerdy for us Gen Xers, right? I mean, did you know any guys wearing backpacks?
Two-strap, sort of like Jan Sport.
The Jan Sport started to come in right when we were getting into our junior, senior year. Jan Sport got really big. Columbia Sportswear blew up.
No more lunch boxes now.
Oh, the lunch boxes. David, did you have a favorite lunch box? Think about that. We're going to take an ad break. We'll be right back. The Peasant Revolution Band Variety Hour, this special, intimate episode with David Craig, Steven Sabila, and myself, your host, Jeff Dodge. We'll be right back.
So you're just wondering, like, hey, why is this guy back? Right? Because, I gotta tell you something. I am always ready to be around because I gotta be telling you about Safford Brothers Downtown Blend, Taste City Coffee. It's always good, and I always want to remind you of how good it is because I swear by it. I never stop drinking it. I've been a loyal customer since what? Really hard to say. 2014, maybe? I don't know. Whenever I discovered it, I was like, wow, this is good stuff. wow, this is the stuff. This is the stuff I'm going to have every day. Shaffer Brothers, Downtown Blend, Taste City Coffee. It is, oh, excuse me, always good. And you're going to love it too. So try it. You will like it. And I can guarantee you that. Except I'm not giving you your money back.
Worston's Pizza is everything you love about pizza. It starts with our golden crust. Of course, you're gonna want cheese on that. Then, it's whatever toppings you want. Pepperoni, always a favorite. How about the green peppers? You want something blue? No one ever put anything blue on a pizza, but it's colorful. Try the roasted garlic. And don't forget the black olives. We make them the way you want them. Worston's Pizza. Italian by marriage.
Blue Season Pizza wants you to know that we are still open during these challenging times, these difficult times, but we know that you still want to eat, and we have delicious pizza, and it will be available takeout only, as you will enjoy the pizza. We will be wearing the rubber gloves and the masks, and they will not be Halloween masks. And not to make light of this difficult and challenging time, we will be open and we will be feeding you, and we know that you will be enjoying our pizza from a carry-out window. You can get our pizza, you don't have to get too close, and it will be the same delicious pizza that we have been serving. Flu season pizza from the Flu season region of Italy. We're the birthplace of the pizza. It's delicious all the time. You will love it. Please call us for carry-out. We'll be happy to serve you.
sorry for the delay. We're just, kind of an intimate year.
What's that?
You're following these chords, or are we doing
Yeah, it's GEMCGD.
Oh yeah, I like that. Here we are. Well, no, I did want to know, David, you were talking about a weed song and what that might look like. What'd you have in mind?
You know, I'm still working it out, and it's sort of like, it's sort of very fragmentary right now, but my significant other is out there traveling. I got a call from Hayes, Kansas, because there's a big thunderstorm.
Yeah. I was in the middle of an accident in Texas last time, South by, in the middle of a thunderstorm too.
We don't really get those, you know?
No, we don't get it like the Midwest
No,
does. The Midwest is very different, and Texas as well.
And
Texas is kind of its own energy system, the South and all that. The Caribbean's more influential there.
I mean, you know, look, you can't really beat like a nice late June day. I don't know how hot it got. We got a couple of hot, my dad talked about the weather a lot, but like it was hot.
Did your dad hang out in Portland, Oregon much, or?
Not too much.
Yeah.
He got out here. He would have liked it out here, I think.
Yeah.
But you know, the weather's different. You know, so it wouldn't have been much weather talk. Like,
So he was used to that more East Coast, temperate throughout the year thing.
yeah, which South Carolina was really the last place he lived.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in a cold, it's cold. It's like
Yeah, it gets colder than here usually, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's but it's it's never that cold. I mean, but or it would get hot, 90. I mean, that's had those extremes, those variations.
You know that weed song? Did it go something like that?
It went exactly like that.
Reminds me of something. Yeah, it sounds familiar. Makes me think of that John Fogerty guy, where he had a solo song out, and that old man down the road, it taught me this riff by Mr. Tom Nims, whose birthday is coming up. He taught me that riff, and it was the first riff I learned on the guitar. But this weed song you're writing reminds me of something different. It's more like it. At the 5, it's more of a little click, Just got back from Illinois, left the paper, padded boy. Got to get on, looking out my back door. Listening to Buck Owens. Looking out my back door. Tambourines, elephants, I'm watching through the snow. Love you, John. We'll fix it in the post. We'll be right back after this message. Maybe.
Yeah, I like it out there. I think we we're so busy in our house is a mess. Could make our space.
Yeah. Yeah.
Try to move out there.
You know, it's beautiful out there. See, I was out there last summer.
Oh yeah. Now the drive is awesome. It's the same. Yes, twice the distance, but the same amount of time.
Hi, Dick, Fred.
I know.
Dick, Fred. It's your old friend Donald here. Just wanted to let you know we're live, and I just wanted to know that. Just want to know how you're doing. You know, I'm
working on this new movie called Ordinary People. And we're ordinary people, aren't we?
And you're anything but ordinary, Donald. I'm like, was that what kind of casting was that? I guess you played like kind of a repressed dad in that movie. I mean, he could act, he could do anything, right? The guy was legit.
Well, you know, Mr. Craig, I didn't want to bring this up, but I also did another movie where I look at people like you and go,
Snatch there?
not yet. You're going to keep trying.
Turned into charade, but not sort of.
Well, you can call it charades if that's really what you need to. Oh, I just broke the damn.
Olivia called
This,
it.
this mic can just go to hell. I don't care.
Sorry.
And here's another thing that I want to tell you about is this game of charades. We have a mayor playing charades, this mayor of Portland, Oregon. He's still in power. And this dumbass mayor thinks he's got me under his control. Well, I'll tell you, Mr. Wheeler, I am not... Julia? Is that you, Julia? Alright, I guess I need to say goodnight, but I'll need an instrument before I can do that. It's anyone got anything nearby? It's I think I'll have the guitar somewhere out here. I must have put it back in the oh my god, it's in the pod! The pods have it! The pod people are trying to take my guitar! An American pig! The pod people! My god! It's happening! This goes out to Tom and Donald and Jim. Strange when you're a stranger. People seem wicked when you're alone. Women are wicked. When you're strange, come out of the rain. When you're strange, no one remembers the name. When you're strange, when you're strange, when you're strange. When you're strange, no one remembers
for joining us for another Season 9, Episode 6, Peasant Revolution Band Variety Hour. And despite every episode being 30 hits or so, we're going to still release our season collection cards. I'm going to make trading cards for each season for the children, right? Isn't that the next step? So Tops, we're working with Tops. We're going to try and get some action trading cards, the Peasant Revolution Band Variety Hour. All 9 seasons for you. Available all over the world. So we'll be right back with you next month, every last Monday of the month, from here till eternity, or what certain people view as eternity. Yeah! Thank you for joining us.